Hello, and welcome to Mullen's Benefits Companion, a podcast that helps employers navigate the complex legal challenges of managing their employee benefit plans. I'm your host, Brydon DeWitt, and today I'll be joined by Marie Yascko-Rosado, an associate in our employee benefits practice here at Mullen. How are you doing today, Marie?
I'm well, thank you, Brydon.
Thanks for coming on the podcast once again, a recurring guest.
Absolutely.
The first time wasn't so bad.
Not so bad.
So today we wanted to talk about specifically student loan programs that employers are offering to help employees deal with this mounting crisis of increasing student loan debt. And kind of on a broader scale, we're seeing more of our clients focusing on financial wellness. There's been there's a continuing emphasis on health wellness, but now there's a trend of helping employees with their overall financial wellness. Are you seeing that, and how are employers doing these programs, and what benefits are they seeing from the overall financial wellness programs?
Sure. So financial wellness programs are very popular right now for numerous reasons. Studies are showing that worker retention, productivity, and overall job satisfaction are being seen as a result of these programs. Recently, they're also finding that retention is huge. And in a 2017 study, they found that young workers were more likely to commit 5 years or more to an employer that was willing to help with their student loans. And in 2019, PricewaterhouseCoopers did a report that reported on student loan repayment benefits, and it was one of the most popular financial wellness benefits they provided.
And that makes sense. I mean, it is true that student loan debt is a real issue for a lot of, especially younger workers who are leaving college, entering the workforce. And that's what we're going to focus on today is the need to combat the student loan and for employers to offer student loan repayment benefits.
Absolutely. So student loan employee benefit programs are this new benefit trending right now. And it makes sense with 44.7 million Americans with student loan debt. In fact, LendingTree reported about 70% of all college students that graduated just this last year took out both private and federal debt. And that doesn't just encompass Generation Z employees, that's 18-year-olds to 22, but also millennials, age 22 to 37, and 40-year-olds. As much as 6.8 million student loan borrowers were between that age bracket. So what does that mean? All this debt, well, guess what? It is affecting workers, and it's causing them to delay saving for retirement. And that's a big deal because the time value of money, investment on returns, compound interest, those are all of the things that allow workers to be able to retire at a decent age and with a decent amount of income. That's
right. I mean, with the demise of defined benefit pension plans where, the prior generations could rely on those guaranteed benefits for life, those monthly payments coming in retirement, and now it's on us. The newer generations, we have to save for our own retirement, and if you're saddled with student loan debt, it makes it difficult to put money away in a 401k plan when you have to pay off a student loan. So how are employers doing things to help employees both cope with the student loan debt and also save for retirement?
Absolutely. There's exciting new PLR that was published in 2018, and it was requested by Abbott Industries. And what they wanted to do was they had a proposal to include a voluntary student loan benefit feature in its 401k plan. The employer's plan was originally set up to provide employer matching contributions to employees whom elected to make 2% salary deferrals. The employer proposed that in lieu of requiring the employee to make a salary deferral, that the employee's student loan payment equal to 2% or more of eligible compensation could qualify the employee to receive the employer's matching contributions. So there are some details in this with respect to the contingent benefit rule, which I am not going to go into, which is why they were asking for this PLR. But essentially, the IRS said yes, and Abbott Industry is now making revisions to its 401k plan to allow this benefit to exist, which is great because it allows people that can't afford to put money into their 401k to pay all that money they have to towards their student debt, but their employer's going to save for them, which is just great.
So it's as if they're contributing to the 401k plan when they pay their student loan bill.
Exactly.
And then they get the match they would have received. And that's a pretty interesting program. Mm-hmm. But as you said, it's only one private letter ruling.
Yes.
Is there any legislation or anything else for an employer to rely on at this time to offer this type of a program?
Sure, and there's one other thing to think about too is a lot of employers often offer tuition assistance programs, which you can get I think it's about $5,000 a year, and it's tax-free. But some employers have said, okay, well, what if I just help pay you or give you cash and we'll pay towards your student loans? So there is some legislation out there as of February 2019 that was introduced that would cause this money that employers give to their workers to repay their student loans to be tax exempt, meaning they wouldn't have to pay tax on it. And Society for Human Resource Management has backed this legislation. It's actually a bipartisan effort. The Senator Mark Warner from Virginia, he had 18 co-sponsors, and in the House had, I think it was about 110. So it was very popular, and we're optimistic that something will pass in the near future. So please continue to support your legislators and ask them to.
So a tax-free payment of student loan debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Absolutely.
So what other student loan repayment benefits are being offered by employers?
Sure. So like I just said, that one's pretty popular, direct payment of cash towards a loan. There are so many companies right now that are offering that. You have Kronos, Fidelity, I shouldn't say so many, but quite a few. Aetna, PricewaterhouseCoopers, First Republic, Staples, Chegg, all of these companies are doing different things. They're using them almost as retention tools. They're offering a certain amount each month or each year, say $2,000 per year, up to like a $10,000 lifetime maximum. And Fidelity's doing this, and they actually said the result of the program is they've seen a 75% reduction in turnover among participants in the year they joined the program. That is huge because they found that retention means you save money because you don't have to hire and recruit new people and train them. And so they're very excited about this. One other one is Unum. They are doing something different. They give about 28 days or more of pay time off. And for any extra pay time off that is not taken, they said, okay, you can cash out this benefit and we will pay it towards your student loan benefits. So that's another creative way that employers are helping to reduce the overall student debt. Another thing that's pretty exciting is the IRS released in its fiscal year 2019-2020 priority guidance plan that guidance on student loan payments and qualified retirement plans and 403B plans is up and coming, which means that private letter ruling that Abbott had approved just for it, the IRS intends to hopefully extend this level of support to amending 401k plans and 403b plans to allow this benefit, not just for the Abbotts of the world, but for multiple employers. So we will be on the lookout for that in the next year or two. And of course, we will report back as soon as anything official has been published, because this will be major for many employers.
Well, thank you, Marie. That'll wrap up our discussion of student loan repayment programs. Thanks again for coming back on the Benefits Companion. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes of this podcast, please contact me at bdewitt@williamsmullen.com. You can also visit our employee benefits page at williamsmullen.com/employee benefits. There you can find out more about our team, as well as past episodes of this podcast and legal alerts. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast to be notified when our next episode posts. Thanks for listening.